Hey, welcome back, everybody. It's Wednesday Hump Day, which means it's time for Boob Tube. And of course, it's not Boob Tube without my lovely co hosts, Casey Carter, and Desiree Desirable Bottoms. Look what Chicago did to me.
Because
I
I changed my name. I'm now Katie Carter.
cannot even talk right now.
AKAs.
At least you're not BBW Platinum Pussy at night
Ah!
or during the day.
That was
During the day. During the
a lot.
day.
That
What's
was
up,
a lot.
Jason?
That was a lot. Yeah. Um.
Oh,
Okay.
but anyways, hey guys,
Hey.
welcome to our little few weeks away. But tonight we have a very exciting episode because Casey and I are returning from Chicago Exotica, and we have a lot to share, a lot to spill, and of course, we should have a little bit of time to catch up on some
Oh, sorry.
television.
Should maybe. I know I don't remember. I have watched a lot of stuff. I don't remember.
I just blinked. I had it all right here, and I just blinked, like, in that moment, I forgot what I watched, so maybe we won't. Maybe we'll just talk about the
Exactly.
amazing Chicago. How have you been, Desiree?
Not bad. Good. Just gaming, the regs.
Just game.
I like
The
your
regulars,
outfit.
regulars.
You look very, Nancy Drew right now.
Professionals. Professionalism.
It is a cute
You look
top.
like you're gonna solve a mystery.
It is a very cute
Thanks.
top. Hmm.
It
It's a
is.
dress.
It's
Yeah,
very
it's a
Dress.
cute.
dress.
Oh, okay. Well,
Oh,
that the top
okay.
part that we can see is very cute. So
Thank you.
yeah.
Mhm. All right, cheers. We gotta do our toast.
Let's make
Okay.
a toast. We
Let's
ain't
make a
never
toast.
going back to being broke.
Cheers to that.
Casey was just talking about that on her episode about you people flossing like they have money when they're broke.
Yeah. Or the fact that you could
I
make
confess.
$80,000 a year, $80,000 a year, and be considered broke.
True.
Well, what people consider me and what I actually am are two totally different things. And as long as I can pay my bills, even if I can't, that's my business.
That's my business.
So
Yeah,
Right.
it's
that's my
Nanya.
business.
Nanya
But I'll be
business.
honest.
Mhm.
I'm a certified broke ass bitch. Like I have a 2007 Escalade. Okay. It's paid for, it's paid cash, like, I don't have no car payments, the insurance is cheap, the gas ain't cheap, but and I live in a I mean, I have a decent apartment, like, I have a nice apartment, but it's not, like, in no high rise or nothing. Like, I don't have a gym. I don't even have a working elevator, so
Oh.
but I'm humble, you know what I mean? Like, I'm very proud of what I do have,
Mm-hmm.
and so I'll just say that, like, but I'm still a broke ass bitch, and proud of it.
I'm proud
Yeah.
of it.
And
Okay.
And
proud
everything you
of
got
it.
is yours and paid for. So kudos
Yeah, I
to
got a
you.
lot of yeah, I got a lot of stuff to get rid of too.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Clothes on top of clothes on
So
top of
wait,
clothes.
to that point, why like the company that I work for, they pay for this financial advice software, whatever, right? So one of the features is I can sign up for a free financial coach, and they have this software that you can put your budget into, and the software will tell you, it will make recommendations on how you can make money to help pay off debt. Outside of my car, I don't really have debt, right? Like my credit card balance is next to nothing. So it told me, which I thought was comical. It said, you can sell things in your closet to make a few dollars. I was like, that's your advice? Really? Okay. I'm gonna need you to come up with something a little bit more clever than I could sell stuff in my closet. I didn't need you to tell me I could sell stuff in my closet, okay? I could have figured that shit out my damn self. Thank you.
I mean, but you have to look at it from the perspective of somebody who may not have thought of that, liquidating
Mhm.
assets or liquidating things in your home. I mean, not like, because like my mom and my sister are not like that either.
Okay.
They had old gaming systems that from when my brother-in-law passed away that I'm like, "Are you ever gonna play this?" "No." "Why do you still have
See,
it?"
and so to that point, I have a Peloton that that my daughter was like, no, my sister was like, you should just sell it because you're not riding it. And I have a gym membership that my job pays for. So I'm like, yeah, I should probably
You're
just sell
not using your Peloton? You used to be on that thing all the time.
it. I know.
I got one and never used it, and then I just left it. When we moved, we left it at the old house because it's really heavy.
Yeah,
It's like 200 pounds
it's heavy.
with all the yeah, and they were like, "We're not moving this up the stairs." And I
Mm.
was like, "Yeah, no, I'm probably not gonna use it anyway." So plus I live right around the corner from a Merit, like it's like a local gym, and a Planet Fitness is not too far either. And I live by a park, so
So it's just
I have
it's having the discipline to do the whatever.
I mean, even if I had the Peloton, I still wouldn't do it. So like,
No, no,
let's
no,
just be
no.
real.
It's I was gonna say your alternatives. It's just the discipline for that, and that's why I'm saying I
Right.
need to just go ahead and sell it because I actually am better about going to the gym than I am about riding a Peloton, and I'm not even as good about going to the gym as I should be. But I'm better at that because I have to. Because if I don't go minimally 7 times a quarter, they gonna revoke my membership. I ain't trying to lose my free gym membership.
Right?
The fact that you have to be the fact that you have to be threatened with loss of privileges if you don't use it a certain amount of time, I would be the same way. So, yeah. But
Facts.
I mean, I think it's really awesome. I actually spoke to I paid for a financial advisor to go through my stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and it wasn't so much that I had like consistent spending habits. You could see when I was in lower mental health times because
Oh.
that's when my spending is increased and I would be
Oh.
impulse buying.
Ah.
And so
Interesting.
we recognized the the pattern, and the
Right.
pattern would be like, so what I did was and it all became because of Chat GPT. So I was going through Chat GPT. Remember I told you I was
Yeah.
like putting
Yeah.
in like my
Yeah.
eating habits and all that stuff, right?
Right.
So in the midst
Mhm.
of that, when I went to the financial advisor was like, "Do you document your daily habits?" And I was like, "Well, since you mentioned it, Dr. Chad has been keeping track of the last 90 days." And so
Nice.
as we went through, he said, "Go look at your habit tracker, and during this time to this time, what changed?" And I noticed I put in some input that was like, "I'm having a hard time sleeping, I'm having a hard time getting up, I'm having a hard time working, I can't stay focused. I'm, experiencing heightened emotions,"
Mm.
which was during the time that I was having like really tough hormonal
Mm.
stuff, like menopausal stuff, right?
And those two things are connected.
And they are.
And I
So we
didn't know that either.
determined,
I didn't know that either. I had to have a doctor tell me that.
at least you had a doctor tell you that. I keep having all these, it's got to be depression, so let's put you on Zoloft, or you can't focus, let's put you on Adderall. Like they just want to throw me on a prescription, and I'm like, no. If you can't 100% definitive tell me what the problem is, I'm not taking
Right.
your medicine.
Right.
Now, if you can prove to me that I'm in a deep, dark depression and there's like chances of whatever. But here's the thing that really like struck me odd when I read the side effects of Zoloft.
Mm-hmm.
One of them was thoughts of unaliving yourself, and I was like,
Mm.
"Isn't that why I'm supposed to be taking this medicine?
Right. Yes. Yes.
Help me understand." And then not only that, but there was like a whole bunch of other things, and I'm like, so to relieve one symptom,
You have to risk all these others.
I'm
Mhm.
going to have all this happen. I was like, "No, thank you. I
Yeah.
will find, in fact, I'll just partake in some 420, okay?" I would rather hallucinate and be paranoid
Wait,
and know
okay.
that I'm gonna be okay afterwards than to take these pills hoping for the best and then potentially having all those side effects. So yeah, anyways.
So wait, can we talk about, because you so you just said something that reminded me of Chicago.
Did I tell you? Did I tell you what happened? Or did you have an experience?
No, no, no. You.
Okay, do you want me to share the story?
Please.
Do it.
Okay. Well, since we're supposed to be talking about Exotica anyways.
Anyway.
So so I so let me just back it up and give you a little preface, okay? During the time that I was booking all of this stuff for Chicago, there was all this propaganda about the airports being 5, 6, 7, 8 hours of a wait time through TSA. And I fell
Damn.
victim and believed it. And so I did not book airline tickets. Now,
Mm,
also in retrospect, I had a lot of stuff for my booth. So I wasn't going to be
it just
able to
worked
ship
out.
it and I wasn't going to
Yeah.
be able to fly with it anyways. But I really made the decision based off the fact that like I would have brought less had I known I could fly. But again, I fell victim to the propaganda. So this leads up to why I decided to drive. Um on the day that it was time to leave for Chicago, my partner decides he wants to move a bunch of shit to the storage unit. So what I think is going to be, yes, straight out of Chi-Town. What I think is going to be picking up a few items to put in the van to take to Chicago turns into 20 totes, 20 60-gallon totes being hauled downstairs, not by me, but I had to be there and present because it was my stuff and taken to the storage unit. So it turned into a whole day of just excessive things that I should have been sleeping through. But, anyways, I digress. We get on the road. It takes 15 hours. I get to Chicago. Friday, I am setting up, anxious. Boom. Friday was super busy. From the time they opened the
Hmm.
doors to the time the doors closed, it was like, whew, which is always like that in Chicago. So I was prepared for that.
Right.
Saturday happened and it was pretty busy for a Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
And I just like my back started hurting, my feet
Mm-hmm.
started hurting. Like I just wasn't feeling that great. And I was like, I have a whole nother day to do. And I was supposed to go to the after party at the Admiral Theater to see Pumpkin. And so Pegstress had heard me say, I was looking for gummies. Now, if anybody knows she is the 420 goddess, do
She's a
not mention
professional.
anything of this sort to her. She will
She's a
bring it to you.
professional. She's a professional. Mm-hmm.
So, and this was something I had said the day prior. So the fact that she even remembered that was beyond me. But she comes around and she's like, I have a little treat for you.
What
And
she
I'm like,
what she
what you
get?
got? So I take the cube and I'm like,
You ain't
that was
ask no
really
goddamn
small.
questions. You
I
ain't
did
ask no
not. I did not.
See,
And
this is what I'm saying. I know who I'm dealing with. So when she opens
Yeah.
up the bag of goodies, how many milligrams is it, ma'am? Tell me, please. Because
okay,
Oh.
she's a professional, man. You don't you no, she's a professional. You don't play with
you're
her.
right. And
Mm.
it's not our first time being in a situation where she has gotten me zooted. Okay. So, but me in my state of mind at that time was just like, what can it hurt?
Right.
Now, I take the gummy. I go back to the room. I get dressed for the club,
And
and that's where it ends. I passed out. Now, before I passed out, I was having these crazy thoughts. Now, I'm not going to go into detail about the thoughts because they're a little morbid, but I will say this: I was definitely paranoid. I
oh,
did not
Lord.
want to tell my partner that I ate that gummy because it then dawned on me he wants to leave and drive home the next day. I
Oh,
don't think I'm going to be off this roller coaster by then, and he's going to be pissed that I can't
okay.
drive. And I ended up driving anyways, but
So, but
I
okay,
didn't want him to be mad at me, so I didn't
so
tell him.
this was you took the Pegtris edible on which day?
Saturday.
And how were you feeling on Sunday?
Freaking amazing.
Okay.
I was feeling amazing. Um, in fact, like I was only paranoid the night of. Like up until when I went to sleep, I woke up the next day. I had the best sleep I'd had in freaking months.
Okay.
Mhm.
And
But were you
the only
still on that roller coaster ride? Like, were you still?
yeah, I still was.
Ah, hey, hey.
I was.
That's what
But I
I'm
felt
trying to
better.
get to.
I felt better, but
Okay.
I definitely and then so we pack up the thing, right? We pack up the booth and I get
Mhm.
back to the room. Now, mind you, I booked the room until Monday. So I'm like, oh, I'm about to get a good night's sleep. We're going to get up in the morning. We're going to hit the road and bing, bang, boom, I'll be home. Hubby decides, no, we're going to get on the road now. What?
Again?
What? Say
Sunday.
again? Did I?
Sunday.
I'm sorry. Hello?
Ooh-wee.
What?
Oh
And I'm
my.
not gonna lie, I was a little mad. I was like, well, I said, if you want to leave tonight, you gotta drive. And he was like, no problem. I want to get home. So we
Okay.
got into the car. We didn't even leave Chicago. And I was mind you, to this day, he still doesn't know that I had an edible. Like I don't care about telling him now. He got home. He came home and literally hit the ground running. Like
Okay.
he's been
Yeah.
he works here. So being off for 4 or 5 days is a lot of money missed. That's a lot of work missed. So he was like, that's why he wanted to leave because he was like, I need to get home and get back to working because every day, every hour that I miss, I'm missing money.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so he has I've barely seen him since we've been home. So we really haven't had a chance to like talk about things. And me mention that
Like the
by
edible.
chance I
Yeah.
was I was drugged.
Okay, so
But
so
voluntarily.
so let me say this. Because I know where Pegtriss's tolerance is as well, and I know when I talk to her, I have to be clear where I am at, what my lack of tolerance is. Not even what my tolerance is, what my lack of tolerance is. Because she also was it DC? Huh. I think it was DC. She introduced me to one of her plugs, and let me tell you, when I met her, she was like the Energizer Bunny. She was going, 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 and I just stood there like, oh my gosh. And when she finally stopped talking, I was like, I want whatever you're doing, like whatever that is. That's what I want. I want to do that. Like I want all of that energy. But I had to have conversation with both her and Petrus because I'm like, I don't my tolerance is not where y'all are at. So they had to like baby dose things for me. So when we were in Chicago, and this is why I wanted Kari to tell her story, because when we were in Chicago, I did get something from Petrus. It wasn't a gummy. Ella and I shared something, a mushroom mint, I think is what she said it was. And so
Okay.
she crushed it for us, or not crushed it, but she broke it for us. And I found the littlest piece I could find, and I took that because I'm like, I don't know what this is gonna do. We have just started the day. Ah.
So how did you feel after taking it?
I think I was okay. I don't. I don't know that I had. I think that little piece that I took was little to the extent that I don't think I felt it. I
Okay.
don't think I felt it. Um, Plus I've never actually done mushrooms, so I know that you have to be careful with mushrooms. So I think that was also why I'm like, I'm gonna find the smallest piece in this that I can and go from there. But yeah, no, I was okay. I was okay. But I like I said, I know my tolerance and I know who I'm dealing with, so I don't play. I don't
Good
play.
deal.
Well, you were a lot more responsible than I was. I
Yeah,
just took
because
it like, fuck it.
I've had some incidents in
YOLO.
Chicago, so that's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. But speaking of Chicago, yeah. So Chicago was, oh, it was a lot. Okay, I don't know about you, Carrie. The word that I kept hearing while we were in Chicago was overstimulated. Um, I do the scavenger hunt, and the folks in
Yes.
the group, they kept saying like they felt overstimulated. Now, I've never Chicago gets busy. Friday night in Chicago can be a madhouse, an absolute madhouse. And the floor plan this year was different than previous floor plans. And I know I felt overstimulated. I felt like there was constantly something flittering by me, whether it was from the booth, across from, in front of me, to the side of me, whether it was the traffic that was walking by me. Like I felt like I was constantly looking around. And then in those moments where I was walking the floor again, I felt like I was constantly like, you know, and I felt like an attendee in
Okay.
terms of look,
Yeah.
just looking, just looking.
It
Um,
almost felt like you were like an AI with a 3D view of everything that was happening around you.
Hmm.
So instead of just seeing like in front of you, it was almost like an enhanced peripheral because there was so much happening.
uh-huh. And I
Does
I'm
that
I,
does that
I'm
sound accurate?
no, no, it does, because I all I kept saying was I feel like it's the floor plan. I feel like something about this floor plan created that sensation that no matter where I was standing, there was things happening, like right here, like right here. And so I was constantly trying to see what's going on, what's that, what's there, what's that, who's like, it was a lot. So I can only imagine if I was an attendee, what that must have felt like. Because, like I said, if some of the folks in the scavenger hunt group, they kept saying that they were like they literally, a bunch of them literally came back to the booth and just sat, and they were like, I was like, oh, you still have time, like the show's not over yet. They're like, yeah, no, I can't, I'm so overwhelmed. I'm just gonna sit here until it's time to go. I was like, oh, okay, that's interesting.
Hmm.
That's interesting. So yeah, ma'am.
Yeah, I definitely well, first of all, let me just say I had a great time. There was an energy, even though I felt overstimulated, because I do concur, I felt very overstimulated. And even still, I felt like I didn't really get to see, there was people I didn't see or like things that I didn't get to do,
Yes,
but
yes.
I had a good time and the energy was very positive. It was very different.
Mm-hmm.
Now, also, there were people that weren't there that usually are there that seem to, be messy. So there's also that, but I don't even think that was as much of an issue as it was is like it just first of all, I almost sold out of all of my merch. I sold all of the iHeart BBW crop tops. I
That.
sold magazines, DVDs, like trading cards, posters. It was like people were there for the first time
Ah.
wanting what you had. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
maybe it was me. Maybe I was different. Maybe my
Okay.
presence was different. So I will take accountability for the fact that maybe because I was very focused and very excited to have rebirthed or, relaunched iHeart BBW,
Uh-huh.
which for those that don't know, it's been on ice for a couple of years now.
Yeah.
And I wasn't really sure how the relaunch was going to go. And it was better than I could have imagined. There were people that came just because iHeart posted we were going to be at Exotica. And that for me was like, what? it was so refreshing and it made me feel so good. And people that were like, yeah, we really enjoyed iHeart a few years ago when we had the cage and stuff. And I was like, oh, I'm so happy to be here. Oh my God, you got your
Oh,
baby.
Yep, I keep it in the office.
Oh, yeah. I meant to bring you a crop top, but then I realized that none of them would have fit you because they're all like 2X and above. So we need to get you like a
we could
like
have
a large.
did some things. You tie it in the back.
That's true.
You pin it.
Well, they sold out before I could bring you one. So I
Okay.
have
Well,
to make one specially for you.
thank you very
And
much. Thank you very much.
what number do you want on it?
69.
Ooh, I'm 75. Desiree, what number would you want on yours?
I don't know. I'll get back to you. I don't know.
She's like, you caught me off guard. Yes, I have
No,
trading
you did.
cards there. Oh, matter of
You did.
fact, hold on.
Show us. Yes, girl.
That is super cute. Yeah.
It is. I love it. I complimented her before we went live.
So this is one of the trading cards. There's 6. And each of them, 3 of them are Star Wars, and 3 of them are just Daphne, Velma, and then my Incredibles, Elasta lady. What's her name? Elasta girl cosplay. But I have 6 more being released at Minneapolis, which I'm not gonna share which ones they are. You have to go to Minneapolis and see which ones they are.
Very
Yeah.
nice. Very
So
nice.
yeah, I have trading cards. They're super cool. On the front, it's the cartoon, and then on the back, it has the reference picture because
Okay.
it's all pictures
You don't have one that
of
you can
actually
show
me.
us right now?
Go get you
Yes,
one,
you-
girl. Go get you
No.
one.
No.
Hold on, I got a GTA sticker, but I don't have. No, the trading cards are in storage. I keep all that in
Okay.
storage.
Okay. I was gonna say it would be cool to see one.
Probably do.
If you got to look that hard, don't worry about it. But just have it for next week, so we can see
Right.
it next week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Next show. Yeah. I will do my best. You still have those trading cards? Awesome. Awesome. But to expand on that, like it was so first of all, I gotta give a big shout out to Sarah J, who is freaking amazing.
Killing it.
And I had asked her quite some time ago. I said, I don't really know. I feel like I'm like a flea market when I'm at Exotica. Like I have so many things going on or whatever. And she said to me, your fans are there just to see you and take pictures with you. And when she said that, it was like a little light bulb went off. And it was like all that anxiety, all that pressure, all the things that go through my mind because I'm overthinking, it just went away. And I just brought what I brought. And I was like, I had DVDs from a long time ago that people were buying them. They were just so happy to see a DVD. Like, who sells DVDs anymore?
Right.
Right.
And I
Right.
was like, who wants this magazine? And people were buying them. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Please take all this stuff, all of it. Thank you. So, yeah, it was I enjoyed Misty Stone, Sarah J. Um, who else? Of course, you and Ella.
Did you get to meet Lala the body?
Girl, we had breakfast together.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were sitting down and she was, sharing some things with me and I was like giving her business advice like, do this, do that, get just, information she could use or not use. But yeah, she was really sweet. She was really nice. I enjoyed meeting her and she is so tall.
She's so tall. She's
So
so
tall. She's 6'6" without heels. And she was wearing like 6-inch heels. So she was definitely over 7 feet.
So I had on heels. I interviewed her. I had on heels. The heels aren't nearby. I had on heels. I was what you would call titty height to her. So if you can imagine where her boobs are, that's where my face was.
So
That's
I have
how
a
tall
question
she
though.
was.
How tall are you without heels?
I'm like 5'4", 5'5".
Shut the front door. You're the same height as me. So with the
And
heels,
I'm
how
the
tall
same
are
height
you?
too, so we're all the same.
So with
Shut
the
the front
shoes on, most of
door.
the
We're
time
all
my
fun
shoes are gonna
size.
my most of the time my shoes are gonna be about 6 inches.
So you are like at 6 feet, just a little over.
No, because remember, 6 feet is gonna be literally 5 feet 12 inches, right? So I'm still not quite 6 feet. Because if
I was
I'm,
giving you an inch.
I
Damn.
see, I get you, I get you, but yeah.
I was
So
trying to give you an extra inch.
no, it's all right. It's all right. It's all right. I always tell people when I tell them how tall I actually am, they're always surprised. I'm like, I just project big. That's all. I've just got big energy. Yeah,
That's right.
that's it. But yeah,
Yeah.
she
On the body,
La-
yes.
so Lala was great because she when I interviewed her, one of the things that she said, and it seemed to be the running theme of the people that I spoke to, but one of the things that she said that I thought was really good for her because she just started coming to Exotica. This is her third Exotica. She said her second time with a booth. She basically was like, I didn't even realize I could interact with my fans like this. And I thought there was something so genuine about that statement that she's
Aw.
like she had built a huge fan base on social media, and when she said I didn't know I could actually meet them, I was like, girl, where you been? How did you not know you can meet the fans?
I
So
mean,
I
because
thought
you
it was
think
so
about
cute.
like you think about like safety,
Yes.
awkwardness, like you know what
Was
I mean? Like you think about like okay, so like let's imagine you're just at the market and you run into a fan or Walmart, like what I've experienced several times. You think about how awkward it is or that your safety could be in jeopardy. So like for the average person who doesn't even realize they have a lot of fans. You know what I mean? Like cuz a
Mhm.
lot of people don't consider their followers to be fans, but
Right,
you know,
right.
so when you get to a situation like this, and I'll be honest, like one of my first exoticas, same thing. I did not know that I had loyal fans and, people that really wanted to meet me
Hmm.
because to me, I'm thinking I'm just a regular schmegular person who just happens to throw some smut on the internet. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not thinking I'm a star. I'm not thinking I'm anybody of importance. I'm just like, and then I only am exhibiting because for me, it was more about the representation of plus size
Right,
bodies
right.
right.
and other plus size people to see me and be like, I can do that too. That was really what my goal was. It wasn't I'm MMF and Queen of BBW Platinum P. Like I may say things like that, but I genuinely deep down do not mean it. Like I'd be like, you want my autograph? What? I ain't nobody. I'll push somebody else out there to do something like that more so than myself. Now, I do get flattered because
Right.
when like I had a fan
Of
who came
course.
all the way from Texas.
Mm.
He came all the way from Texas and stood in line. Like I didn't have like a line, but there were like people that were doing things in front of my booth and he waited so patiently for like 15 minutes. And when
Oh,
he came up, he pulled out the magazine with me on the back and he
oh.
said, "Can I buy this?" And I was like, "For sure." He's like,
Oh.
"Will you sign it for me?" And I was like, "Hell yeah." And he was like, "I came all the way from Texas to meet you." And I was like, "What?"
Wow.
So
Nice.
for me, he ended up buying a t-shirt, a poster. But I threw some stuff in there too for free. I was like, "Look, if you're spending money and you came all the way from Texas, I'm gonna make this worthwhile."
Right.
He was so happy and thanked me so much. And then he sent me this long DM on
Oh.
Instagram about how he was so nervous to meet me and he was unsure because I do put out Dom stuff sometimes and I could be a little bitchy. So he was unsure which version of me he was going to meet, what I
Yeah,
thought was actually pretty funny. I was like, "Ooh,
that's cute.
shooting craps." But he said I was one of the nicest people and he really got a chance to, talk to me for a few minutes, and he super enjoyed it and thanked me so much. And I was like, oh my God, thank you. You know what I mean? Like it just
Yeah.
made me feel so good. So I say all that to say that like Sarah was a huge help in getting me out of that, like
basically out of your head.
out of my
Mhm.
own head, because while I come up with a lot of ideas, I think that I talk myself out of things because I just
I think we all
don't
do.
have as much faith in myself. Yeah.
I think we all do that. I mean, because I can be transparent and say that I I will lollygag in my packing. I'll lollygag in putting stuff together. There have been several Exoticas. I'm gonna use Chicago as an example. This time I packed in advance. I sorted through all my stuff. And then I remember being in the room before we actually went to the convention floor, and I said to Lorenzo, I'm like, I don't have anything. He's like, what? I'm like, I don't have anything. Like I literally realized all of that pre-packing and pre-planning and cleaning of this out and cleaning of that out. It occurred to me, shit, I'm all out of stuff. And I was so busy at being focused on doing things ahead of time. I didn't do things far enough ahead of time to be ready. So yeah, I'm so mm, I'm guilty of that myself, and I think I've gotten really bad, and yet at the same time, I feel like okay, Kim, you're gonna get it together. You're gonna get it together. You're gonna get this right. Which reminds me, Kari, I was gonna ask you since I'm thinking about it. I was gonna ask you where you ordered your cards from, if you don't mind sharing that. You don't have to share it during the show. If you wouldn't mind sharing it later, that would be great. Because
Which cards?
your trading cards.
So I have a printer in Miami that I use, Miami Sign Shop. I will
And
send
I think
send me what you want to get done, and I'll get the friends and family discount for you. But yeah, they
okay.
they printed them for me in Miami, and
Mhm.
then I went and picked them up because I go to Miami all the time. So, um and actually mine was the first of its kind.
Okay.
And so and they were like, if you get more people, like we really enjoy doing these. So, yeah, I will
Okay.
hook you up with them. But the trading card thing is really cool because I had a lot of people tell me that they don't want to do posters because it's so big,
Right.
and like
Right.
where are they going to put it where someone's not going to be like, who the hell is that?
And what it yeah. Because
Yeah.
the other
Even
thing,
though my stuff is all my posters are safe for work.
so the other
Mhm.
person that had some really cute stuff is Crystal Davis. She's got the most amazing stickers. I don't know if you've had
I
a chance.
saw.
Yeah, her stick
Yeah.
every time
I saw
I
them in
see them,
DC, and she had like
I
a lot of
just
cartoons and stuff.
yeah. So and but all her stickers are based on characters from her movies.
Yes.
So
Ooh.
so that's what makes them really really cute because
Really?
they have a very anime cartoon-ish look to them. And so when she told me
Mhm.
that they were characters from her movies, and she pulls like, okay, this sticker, this is the DVD, this sticker, that's the DVD. I'm like, oh my god, yes, that is you on there.
That's
Her
dope.
husband, she had the cutest outfit. I don't think I have a picture with her in this outfit. She had the cutest outfit. One Saturday, she was in a sheriff's outfit. So she had a hat, the little cowboy boots, the little cutoff shorts, and she had on 3D badges as pasties. So her husband made 3D badges that were her pasties, and they
Okay.
were, in terms of the size, they were absolutely perfect in size, and they were, you know, hard plastic, and they had in the center there was a phallic symbol.
Wow.
They
Cool.
were so cute. And I was like, Crystal, you've got to sell these. She's like, oh, I sell all my pasties. I'm like, no, no, no. I mean, you got to get your husband to make these so you can sell these. Here. She's like, nah, he just does it for me. I'm like, Okay. Well, shit. I would buy a pasty in a heartbeat if you were making them off of 3D printers. Like I would see.
Do it.
Wait, I made so ironically,
Do
I
it.
saw this thing on Instagram. I had made these quite some time ago. In fact, it didn't even start out as pasties. It started out as a wonder bra
Okay.
because I was at one of the events and my sign was on my iPad and my iPad died. So I had no way. I had to go on my phone. So I was like, how can I get people to scan shit?
Mm.
So I had put NFC tags in my bra. But this was before NFC tags were as advanced as they are. This was a few years ago.
Okay.
So I had made pasties for a girl who was like, I just wanted to go to my Cash App. Well, then I found this website on Instagram where they do that now. So
Hmm.
I took out my old stuff that I bought, the new NFC tags, but the old pasties,
Mm-hmm.
bought some new pasties and programmed them to go to I have like a pair that goes to my link tree, I have a pair that goes to my website.
Okay.
And so I was like,
Cool.
so I didn't actually like launch it because I was like somebody else already like did a
Hmm.
business for this. I wasn't trying to take no business from anybody, but at the same time I was like I had came up with this a long time ago cuz I had bought one of those bracelets where you just scan the bracelet, but then I lost it. Somehow it came off.
Okay.
And so, but you also know, do I have it close by? Yeah, I have the QR code
Okay.
on my phone, which now I'm going to put the NFC sticker. So I created NFC stickers, and now I'm putting NFC stuff in like my clothes, and like you can't wash it. Like once you wash it, I don't know. Maybe you can. I've never washed it, so maybe I'll have to try
Mm.
that out. But I put it in places where like it's just easy to like
Scan
scan
it.
it and keep it pushing. So it's kind of cool that she has like those 3D pasties.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clothes
They were not.
long.
They were very nice. This was the first time I had seen the 3D pasties, but I'm like, shoot. Even if you're not gonna mass produce them, you still might want to every now and then let somebody buy some pasties. You know.
The
Hell
Crystal
yeah.
Davis collection. What's
Hmm.
up, little fire monster? This
Mm-hmm.
toxic goddess. Hello, hello.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
yeah, Chicago for me was it also taught me like I have so many ideas and I try to do them all at the same time. I had to put some things on ice
Mm-hmm.
and it taught me to like focus on one thing and once you master that, then you can move on to other things. So that was my lesson for Chicago and also like just confidence in doing what we do and like not overthinking it and because I don't see myself as oh, the other person that I was gonna say that was really happy to run into was the owner of Urban X Awards,
Mm-hmm.
Gianna, and that was really interesting because I had one in 2011,
Okay.
and I was like, I need to get my award, and she was like, what?
You didn't get your
And
award.
well, it was so what happened was at the time that the awards happened, it was at a venue that ended up shutting down early for something else, so they double booked. And
Okay.
so I didn't get a chance to get my award before we were
Rushed out.
removed from the property.
Hmm.
And then Urban X took a hiatus for a few years. So in
Okay.
the meantime, between time, I probably didn't supply my address or didn't wasn't in touch with the right people. And,
Right.
you know, so I told her, I was like, I do not have no love lost. Trust me. I still love Urban X Awards now just as much as I did then. I'm just like, I want to be able to, have my one little award because
Right.
it's the only thing I ever really promoted and went for.
Okay.
So
Anything
Les,
else I've been nominated for, I'm like, don't even vote for me.
Uh-uh.
I am not. I would rather vote for other people to win the award because it means something to them.
So you're saying it doesn't mean anything to you?
It does not.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I don't mean that in a like in a crappy way. I mean it in a way like I feel like there's other people more deserving of the award. Now, if there was an award for like best administrative assistant, back end, behind the scenes,
You did
photographer,
not say
videographer,
best
like overall business
administrative
person, okay,
assistant.
put me on that one.
You are
But
Yeah.
when it comes to like performer of the year, no. When it comes to clip creator of the year, no. Cam person, no. Like I'm super inconsistent. So I don't feel like I qualify for these awards.
why do you
I
think
feel
you're
like they're
why do you think you're inconsistent? Just curious.
because I struggle. So that's a really good question. I
Okay.
struggle with being an online personality. I fight the the authenticity versus the persona.
Yeah.
Okay.
The
I
imposter.
fight I have imposter syndrome because I want to be authentic, but because my persona is expected to perform like this, or you know what I mean? Like it's
Yes.
why I
Mhm.
struggle with like the platinum versus the queen, because platinum was the P star, the queen is the dom. And
Mm-hmm.
so those two personalities constantly conflict because platinum's so used to being the person of of priority and primary, but queen is authentically who I am.
Mm-hmm.
And but the two, because I've been playing platinum for so long, it's hard to break those habits.
Gotcha.
Okay.
And at the end of the day, also burnout.
Yeah.
I've been doing this
Mhm.
for 21 years, so it's like, and I enjoy the back end. Not
Mm-hmm.
that sounded I
A lot
do
of
enjoy
people
it. But
enjoy the
that
back end.
I do, but I mean I also enjoy
Mm-hmm.
oh, oh god, that was great. I enjoy being behind the scenes,
Gotcha.
and I enjoy helping other people build their brands, and I that's the part that I really get the most gratification from, not being the performer, not being in front of the
Mhm.
camera. Now I'm good at it when I do, but I think I think the part of me that's more introverted and private and the puppeteer, less the
Mhm.
puppet. So I'm more like, what's the guy's name? Gidget? No. Pinocchio, and what was the guy's
Pinocchio,
name?
Geppetto.
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 Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
I am more the Geppetto than the Pinocchio.
Okay. Gotcha.
So
But
that
you
was
know
a good
what?
question.
Well, again, I asked the question because I you know I think where this conversation is at right now, it's what we're talking about is what we're like when we're home. Like where we are right now is
Yeah.
probably a contradiction to who we have to be when we do the Exotica. And then there's that space between here, right now, and Exotica, and how we exist in that space between shows. So I understand what Carrie is saying, because in the space between shows, you do find yourself juggling a lot of different things mentally, physically, emotionally. I know I stopped doing customs for years because I was over it. Like I genuinely was over it. I didn't feel like doing it.
Mhm.
And at the same time, I still get people asking me, and I'm like, right now, because I'm saying to you, I get people who ask, I'm like, yeah, I really should do it. But tomorrow I'm gonna wake up, I don't feel like doing that shit. I don't feel like it. You know what I'm saying? So
Same.
At least you're honest. I love it. I love it.
so
I
I'll
love
be
the honesty.
so that's so like when I'm listening to Carrie, I'm like, that's I know what it feels like. And let me say this, I didn't even have the level of exposure that Carrie did, but I still had built an audience that would know me, see me, whatever. Carrie made the comment about running into somebody at Walmart. I ran into somebody standing online in the UPS store. And I think I've told the story. I was about to be twisted until she said, "Hey, I think I went to one of your parties, and I was like, oh, really? Wow, okay. Because I was mad about how long I stood online. I was
Right.
about to be ugly, and I was like, oh shit, now I gotta be good. Okay, okay.
Right. Because you remember
love
that you're
that.
tied to a public personality and you're like, "Oh shit, this could go really
That's
bad."
right.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But the
Mm-hmm.
irony is that public personality isn't really even public. It's in private public. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's not like I'm an actual stage performer who is out and about and doing all those things. So to your point, Carrie, about not even thinking that I'm really that level of a presence, it amazes me how you can become that level of presence and it not necessarily be the same as say a Cardi B, but you still, I think at the end of the day, feel it like you were Cardi B, right? Because when the
Mm-hmm.
woman in the UPS store
Right.
said she had come to my event, I felt real special. I felt like, oh, you the
Yes.
okay. Let me be good. Let me be cool because this is my UPS store. Like this is my UPS store.
Yes. So I will say this. Speaking of, you just reminded me of something that I did want to say. For those of you that are watching, I know we've said it before, but I want to say it again. There were a lot of people that came up to my booth and came specifically because of BoobTube.
Yes. Yeah.
And they came and said, "I'm a big fan of BoobTube." So,
Yeah. Much
yes,
love.
Desiree, you need to come to one of these shows because the
Yeah.
fans were like, "Where's Desiree?"
Yep. Yep. And even Jason, I'm trying to think. I don't know if he did it on like one of my Instagram posts or somewhere Jason referenced we got to get Desiree here. So yeah, it is a real
I think you
a
should
real
come to New
thing.
Jersey. I
Yeah, I
think
got
you
to
should come to New Jersey. But there were
figure it
people
out.
that
Yeah.
came up and were like, "I'm a huge fan of you, Casey, and Desiree," and mentioned us by name
Hmm. Which means they
and
really
was like, "We love BoobTube." And I was like, I forget. I'll be honest. I think what happens in between shows is because I'm so engrossed in my regular life, I
that's what I'm
forget
saying.
who the
That's what
fuck
I'm
we
saying.
are. You know what I
That's
mean?
what I'm saying. That is exactly what I'm
We sit on this little screen right here and we might see you in the chat, but it's not the same as when someone comes up to you in person
Yep.
and is
Right.
like shaking and asking to take a picture with you because they're a fan of BoobTube. Like
Yeah. And I
it is it's a whole different experience.
and I love it when they like when they'll come up and say, "Oh my God!" Like I can't tell you how many times somebody has come up, engaged in full conversation, saying this, saying that, and then I have to finally go. So how do you know who I am? And when they say boob tube, I'm like,
Me too.
I'm like,
Me
oh yeah,
too.
I love that.
Me.
I
Oh,
love
Oh, Big
that.
Brother Kev.
Yes,
Oh, Kev. Kev
yes.
was one of them.
That
Okay,
was
okay.
one
Now I
of them.
recognize the name. When
Yeah.
I saw your name earlier, I was like, this looks so familiar, but I couldn't picture
Let
where it
me
was from. And
see.
Alonzo says, same with me. I was hella nervous when I first met you in person with the wife. Thank
oh,
you.
bless.
All right.
I'm not there for any other reason but for you guys. Honestly. If it wasn't for the fans, and especially those of you that watch BoobTube, like Chef's Kiss.
Yes. Yes.
And speaking of, as we wrap up tonight's show, without speaking about any TV, which gives me time to remember. Yes, yes, yeah. I don't know where mine is, but I think
Hey.
I don't. Yeah, we're not gonna go through my phone.
Listen,
But
I knew I could find it fast. That's all.
mm,
Moving too fast.
I had a content day, so and it ain't nothing I can show on here. But
No
as we
face,
wrap
no
up,
case.
yeah, no.
Yeah.
Let me put on
Desert.
a shiesty, right? As we wrap up today's show, after we didn't talk about any TV, but we did talk about Chicago
We said that's what we
Yes.
and a
do.
whole lot of other stuff. So
Loved it.
great
Thank you
episode.
for sitting in on our therapy session.
Yes.
Loved it.
This brings me to a very important announcement. It's not a first announcement, but it's a reminder. that next week is a very, very, very special episode
Of the boob
because
tube.
the
Want to
girls and
tune
I
in?
and the Exotica family and all of you will be celebrating 6
Years.
years of boob tube on Exotica TV.
Yep, yep.
Right here.
6 years.
6 whole years. Now, if I wasn't in this relationship, I would say that's the longest committed relationship I've ever been in. So, but it's half of it. Half of that time I've been on boob tube, so I guess I'm
That's
having
a
an
good long time.
affair.
That's a good long time. And
Yes.
It's the
yes,
longest I've
that's-
stayed on a project.
but you know what?
Same.
I'm gonna say this. I think for me, speaking on behalf of myself, I think two reasons that I'm still here. First reason, Jay and Dan didn't kick us off.
Right? That's true.
That's the first.
Mhm.
That's the first reason.
Check, check, check. I concur. I concur. That is the first reason. And the most important, actually.
Hello.
Mhm.
But the second reason I'm still here is because we are still here, right? Like I
Yeah.
feel like having that level of accountability, having
Mhm.
to show up for someone else. And we've talked about this many times. There are nights, there's three of us, but there are nights only two of us are actually showing up mentally.
Mhm.
and and those two of us will just make it up for the third one of us who's not quite 100%. And what I love about our relationship, having been doing this for 6 years, you will never fully know who's not working at 100% based on our relationship. We may know from the green room from having talked to each other before the show,
Pre-show. The pre-show
Right?
but
shenanigans.
you
PSS.
all will never know. And even though the three of us do not sit in a room together, and only Carrie and I see each other 4 times a year, um, you know,
And soon Desiree.
we're gonna make it happen. If we gotta kidnap her, we're gonna do it. But I do genuinely feel, and again, speaking on behalf of Casey, I do genuinely feel like I'm still here because we are still here. And
Agreed.
that
Agreed.
that means a
Yes.
lot. I mean, because
We concur.
there's been times I had not shown up for my own show where it was just me. So, so
Fact.
I appreciate you ladies still
Likewise.
wanting to be here and do this and
Mhm.
showing up. Like I said, showing up for each other
Because we're
every week.
family.
Yeah.
We are the boob tube family. And I will
Do it.
also say this. There's a third reason why I do this, and that's because Exotica has treated us like family.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I have grown such a huge respect and love for Exotica
Mhm.
that I
Right.
always enjoyed Exotica, but I
Right.
didn't
Right.
have that like relationship with them. So having this opportunity, but we'll say all that in next week's
Yeah. Yeah.
episode. You guys just have to come
We'll
and
say it again next week.
we're
Yes.
gonna like, and I think something that we should also do is like, and we want you guys to participate in this. So you guys have a week to come up with answers. 3 things that you love about BoobTube, and none of them could be either of us. It has to be an actual, like, what you love about the show, and it could be because we're funny. It could be because you get to be in the chat and we acknowledge you. Whatever it is that you connect with
Enjoy.
and the things
Yeah.
that you love about BoobTube, we would love to hear about it. You could put it in this comment, or you can have it in our live chat next week. But I am super excited to celebrate 6 years with you guys, and hopefully,
Same.
if Exotic will have
Whoop,
us
whoop.
6 more.
Mm.
I'd love to be celebrating 12 years. But, you know,
All right.
let's get through the 6th year.
I was gonna say, here's our show
Whoop,
promo.
whoop.
So let me get myself together because you can find us every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Exotica.tv. We're live on YouTube and X. And we would love for you to like, share, follow, comment, and be at our next show live in the chat where you get noticed. We're going to talk about you in a good way and share your comments. But even better, and we're hoping we can get Desiree to come along with us, We just finished up and finalized Chicago, Illinois. Next show is Minneapolis, Minnesota, the first time that we've been there. And it is during Pride, so you can escape your reality. June 26th to the 28th, Minneapolis, Minnesota. If you're looking for exhibitor information, stay tuned to the rest of them because Edison, New Jersey is October 23rd to the 25th. And lastly, Miami, Florida. It's going to be warm and beautiful December 4th through the 6th. So if you're looking for a place to exhibit, get a booth, be a vendor, go to exoticaexpo.com or Ladies Free Friday for your free tickets, ladies. Or if you're just wanting to get your VIP pass, go to exoticaexpo.com and reserve those now. It's going to be a great time. I will say this, prepare yourself because it gets wild. It gets wild and it's amazing. It's a great place. What I was going to say earlier is like, we were talking about in between shows when we're in our regular life. I look forward to going to Exotica because it is a place where I can be myself with no judgment.
Right.
And I don't get to do that in my everyday life. Not because I'm concerned about things, but like I don't walk around with a bra and panties in public. I don't get to do those things because I mean it's, general public and,
Yeah.
but yeah, Exotica is a cool place. You can put on your costumes. You can wear there was a lot of people dressed in costume. Did you notice that, Casey?
Yes.
Nice.
Yes. There were a lot of costumes. And there were some that I wish had not been made public.
On that note, we would love for you to follow us on our pink follow us on our pink boxes. You can follow us on social media. You can join our channel on Instagram. It's queenofbbw.com/boobtube. And before we go, I do have a question and I would love to see your comments because I'm going to check the comments before we go live next week. Thumbs up or thumbs down for Idris Elba as the next 007 James Bond?
Yeah.
Hold on, let me get my big toes. Let me get my toes.
Yeah. Do it.
Can't get my toes on the camera, but
I'm in.
I'm in.
I've been in since the first time it was a rumor.
Oh.
What about these rumors? We want them to be true. Okay,
Yes.
so thank you guys so much for watching. We wouldn't be here without you, and we continue to show up just for you all because you are the best, the BoobTube family. And with that being said, we are going to call it a night, wrap it up, and we will see you guys next week at our 6th year anniversary party. And it's going to be a party. So
I get
Join us.
Alonzo, DM me so I can get you some trading cards.
So you were saying, Kari, I just wanted to get our first set of thumbs up in there.
I was trying to put my toes up there, but I was going to fall out of my chair. So
no, we don't want that.
No, I won't be able to be at the next show if I'm in a body cast. That would not be good. Live from Mercy Hospital. With me, you know how you see in the movies when they're in a full body cast and they've got like their legs on these like
and they
stirrups. Yeah,
that part.
So thank you guys so much for watching. Until next week, same time, same bat channel. Back to you, Casey.
Dude, where am I at? God dang it. So distracted. I lost myself. Okay. All right, people. See you next week.
See you next week.